Surprise bitches, I'm back. Whilst I was on holiday in Pandora, I heard some big news back in planet Earth. Where were you when the 380 crack hit 420? Not negative, positive. Flux fair value, no Photoshop. The European barge crack also traded positive for the first time ever. Waste product no longer, refinery CDUs are gonna be blazing that high sulfur shit all summer long. IMO 2020 who? What's going on? In the short term, summer power generation in the Middle East is driving demand, but in the longer term there is structural tightness, greater coking capacity, simple refineries in Europe closing down, new refineries are more complex equals less high sulfur fuel oil production. It is not rocket science. No surprise then that the more sour Johan Sverdrup crude is well bid, but Dubai crude is contending with rising OPEC production and more Murban delivered into the window, and that is a whole new different can of worms. Now you've probably heard of shock therapy in economics or medicine, but now it looks like OPEC is preparing another dose, a third dose of oil shock therapy, another 400 kb per day in July, another Saturday meeting, more weekend work, hooray! If you come for market share, you better not miss. Speaking of third doses, remember the COVID days and all that talk about vaccines? First dose, second dose, booster dose. Well, this time it might be OPEC's booster dose. That was such a long time ago, like the IMO stuff. For OPEC, it's an Uno reverse from the previous Saudi strategy of flat price support. Price war, you tell me. What I do know is, if you're reversing course, you better be quick. Anyways, I will admit, I was a huge clown for believing in the compensation cuts narrative. The perma bull in me was the Lulu. It's all about pricing in the future. These days, the chat's all tariffs and nuclear. US and Iran are still talking, good for the world, but for the Shandong teapots, they might be sweating. Can't keep all that Iranian crude all for yourselves. Meanwhile, the tariff plot thickens, and maybe it will go to the Supreme Court. In between all the legal challenges and assault on international students, no matter what side you're on, lawyers will be making bank these days. Shout out to Onyx Legal and Compliance.